Hello, everybody, and welcome again to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. Today's topic is the virtue of commitment. If you're not honoring your word, if you don't have integrity, what else really do you have? And I know the people here always honor their word, and they're here and they're ready to have this exciting discussion with us. So we have Chris, Francis, Rick and Cheryl, and Carl Davis. Kick it off, guys. Open discussion.
So, what do you guys think of honoring your word? I mean, how important do you, and we've all been in network marketing for a number of years now. Do you guys think that that's very important to honor your word when you say you're going to be somewhere or you say you're going to do something? Anybody, chime in.
I don't know about...
I was going to give everybody a chance to go first, but you always make me go first.
No, anybody can go. It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I nominate Rick and Cheryl.
There we go.
Oh, well, I started. Okay. I have always found that the old saying, do unto others as they do unto you, serves me well on that one, because I don't want somebody to tell me that they're going to do something and make a commitment to me and break it, so, you know, I wouldn't want to do it to them either. I don't feel that it's very, I don't know, a very nice thing to do, to say you're going to do something and then not follow through. I don't know, it doesn't show very much character, in my opinion. Any thoughts to put in on that?
Yeah, I think being true to everyone around you is the first thing that comes to mind to me, is being true to yourself. And I think things happen where that you do make commitments that you really, at the time, that you really want to do it, and you're planning on being there, and then something else happens.
Yeah.
And there is always leeway for that or something like that.
You need to, these days you can get a hold of people really easy and
Yeah.
let them know, oh
Yeah.
gosh,
In this day and
something
age.
happened.
But commitment to me, like I said, is commitment to self. And I'm a surfer, and I just got out of the water like about an hour ago. And,
Awesome.
The part about commitment is that when you start to catch a wave, you have to be committed before you stand up and before you catch it. Before you get in the water, the surf is 10 foot today, 15 feet, 20-foot faces on the waves. As soon as you get in the water, you are committed. Not unless the lifeguards pull you out, right? So that's how sort of life is too, Like, you can live in the future, in the dream state, you can live in the past, or you can live right now, and commit to right now, and not even deal with the past or deal with the future.
There you go.
And that's what commitment is to me, committing to yourself at the very moment of creation, right now.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Francis. I know you're going to... Go ahead.
I was popping at the seams here. I agree with you wholeheartedly there, Rick, but I would make one altercation. You don't get promised tomorrow. You can draw up the past, but you're living in the now. And the only thing you can do is live in the now. You're not promised tomorrow. So if you're going to be committed, if you have somebody that says they are committed to working with you and you pledged your allegiance to try and help them, then you're in the now. You've got to work one-on-one and you've got to move forward. If it's a commitment, it works two ways, and you can't do somebody else's work for them. We won't mention any names, Kareem. But,
Actually, you can if you promise to do it. See, if Chris can't be here, I have to be here. If I can't be here, then Chris has to be here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got each other's backs, B. That's the way it is, man. You got to have each other's back. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, we're all contribute to this mastermind, but if somebody can't make it, at least people let each other know, and I think that's extremely important when you're dealing with people, because relationships are based on trust, they're based on commitment, they're based on integrity and love, and honoring your friends and being your friends. And I think that there's a lot of people who in this day and age don't realize just how important that is, especially in the age of social media and texting and email. It's really easy to lead people astray and lead people on, and then just go back on your word, because you don't have to confront them face to face. You can just go, oh, I'll just delete you from my contacts and push you off to the side, and it's okay. But when you're an entrepreneur like all of us, that's unacceptable, and you can't behave that way, or you're not going to have a business for very long, and you're not going to have friends for very long.
You're absolutely right. It comes under branding. Commitment and branding go hand in hand.
Oh yeah.
And what happened to what happened?
Yeah, exactly. So I think people really need to watch this. Oh, go ahead, Francis. Sorry, go ahead.
I say you're only as good as your word.
Oh yeah. If you ever watch Scarface, Al Pacino says, "I only have two things: my word and my balls, and I don't break them for anybody." And that's one of my favorite movies of all time, actually, is Scarface, because that's an incredible film. And yeah, he was a kingpin and in a gang. He was a gangster, but you know what? He still kept his word, and he was loyal to his people and everything like that. And it's a really good film, and I really wish people were still like that. But like I said, because of the technology and the internet, it makes it really easy for people to be shady and shisty and kind of cookie cutter and all that. So it's disappointing, but what can we do? We can just be who we are and be where we're going to say we're going to be and do what we say we're going to do, right? So, Carl, you're there. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Carl, you have no audio.
Yeah, I was going to say people now can avoid you just by texting you and break plans with you, which to me makes no sense. No. If you're going to actually break plans with somebody or flake on them, I'll do more than just text them, oh, I can't. But people use technology in the advent of communication to be real flaky now, which in my mind still bugs me, even though maybe I'm old school without being old school.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you are. There's a lot of qualities about you that are pretty old school, and you're here when you say you're going to be here. We do what we say we're going to do, and that's why we're going to get a huge following. We're going to be YouTube celebrities, and people are going to love our content because we're going to do what we say we're going to do. And I think that's very, very a good point to bring up. If you're on YouTube and you have a channel and you want to get popular and make money with it, then you damn well better be committed to your people, to your audience, because they can just unsubscribe anytime they want. They don't have to watch your videos anymore. They don't have to even look for you if they choose not to. And I guess that's the dual-edged sword of social media and the internet, is you can create really engaging relationships, but you can also create a lot of enemies just by the click of a mouse. So, Carl, are you you got any audio now? You're muted at the moment. I don't know. Can we hear Carl?
Carl, are you multitasking?
He has no audio.
He did earlier.
Yeah, maybe he's got two applications that are running at the same time. Jesse Rodriguez, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Oh, wow. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
I just got the link.
Awesome.
Hey, special
That's Rick's
guest.
son. There he is. Now he looks like his dad.
Yep. See by the hairline?
Rick, are you two related?
I would have to say yes, we are. I delivered that kid.
There you go. Cool.
I caught him. I didn't deliver him.
Always takes credit for the delivery.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Quite a number of years ago. Jesse, they're talking
Cheryl, when you're carrying the child, the husband is popping at the seams, and my wife's going to have a baby, my wife's going to have a baby. And then when you go in and you've carried the child for 9 months and you've delivered the child, all of a sudden we had a baby and it's a group effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. He always says he delivered it. Yeah.
Yep,
All
that's right.
30 hours of labor.
Yeah,
And the
They can brag when they carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
My friend said that she was gonna make her husband swallow a basketball, blow it up, and then crap it out. Then he could say that he delivered something. I'm like, oh no.
That's brutal.
Give all
That's
the credit to
awesome.
the women. I've helped deliver over 1,000 babies, but
Right
mostly
on.
C-section.
Yeah, well, I delivered 3 in the back of an ambulance.
Wow. So Jesse, tonight we're talking about the virtue of commitment and honoring your word, keeping your word, especially when you're in network marketing like we are, and because it's very important to honor the word of what you say you're going to do. Would you agree with that?
Of course.
Cool.
Folks, I'm going to mute out, listen in, and I will return. I have a prior engagement.
Okay, that's fine,
I
Francis.
All right,
I-
rock on.
Fair warning, I'm coming back.
Yeah, that's great. Good. So
Jesse
Jesse,
knows about commitment because the first time, he sort of could. He surfed in Florida, but like not real consistently, like for a couple months. Then he came to Hawaii. It's a different story over here. The bottom is razor sharp, and the waves are bigger, more powerful. And so we're gonna go surfing, right? And he's like, Dad, I'll be able to surf. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. But he already had in his mind that he could surf. I turned around and like the first wave that he tried, he caught and rode all the way in. He goes, Dad, I'm going. So he knows about commitment, and commitment comes just like I was saying, to yourself. And then I was gonna say like this too, like we're all vibrational beings. This is a vibrational experience. Everything is vibrating, all right?
Yep.
And like the wave that he caught was because he was vibrating at that frequency of that wave. I'm gonna catch this wave, and that's just like business. That's just like making money. That's just like anything else. Drawing something in the law of attraction.
right.
When you vibrate at frequency, that's a receiving frequency. Then you're gonna receive, man. That's what commitment is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a law. It's stronger than the law of gravity.
I didn't know that. Who told you
Yeah.
that, Joel Bauer?
No, that's all part of the Think and Grow Rich series.
Yeah.
That the law
Okay.
of attraction is stronger than the law of gravity. It's set in stone. It's not some fictitious thing that people are imagining.
Well, that's
How long have you been building your business, Jesse? How long have you been an entrepreneur?
Since 7 or 8 years.
Oh yeah.
But you've been an entrepreneur since what, 8th grade?
Since before then. I mean, I was brokering lollipops in elementary school,
Yup.
Cool.
and then
Now
I was
you're
a golf caddy.
Golf
I
caddy?
forgot about that. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Cool.
Yeah. He did all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
And just, you had some jobs too sometimes, yeah?
Yeah, kinda. Not like I was a grocery store bagger. That was my first real job when I turned 16. And what else did I do? I brokered freight shipments, and I also brokered mortgage loans as well for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And
So-
how did you get in the credit industry? Like, didn't you have want to fix your credit or something, and then you?
So when I was a mortgage broker, it was during the time when it was fairly easy to get approved for a mortgage, and there were still people getting denied. So I learned how to. Well, first we were commission only, so I learned how to improve their credit, so I didn't just deny them and walk away.
Okay.
Then a couple months down the line, I would get a loan and get a commission off of that loan. So I was the youngest mortgage broker in the entire state. I was 18 years old, working at a company of 400 people, and I was like number 9 closer out of everybody.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do now,
Yeah, he's a
Jesse?
hustler.
What
So
do you
I,
do
I
now?
own a credit repair company, and I mentor people on how to improve their credit, how to get their finances in order, get out of debt, and how to utilize credit as a tool
Oh yeah, that's
to
cool.
make life easier.
Yeah.
He's
So
been having seminars. How many seminars have you had now, Jesse?
I've run 2 of my own events, and then I've been a guest speaker at quite a few other events.
interesting.
Yeah, for the last several years you've been going. Remember when you were a guest speaker in Texas one time and
Yeah,
in
now I
LA, I
usually
think.
go to Tampa, and I just got booked today for a credit repair conference in Chicago.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
So then you know all about the importance of people being committed to making their payments then, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be committed to a lot of things to be
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah, of course you do. That's one of the reasons we have this mastermind show, and we bring people together because that was like I came up with the idea, and then Kareem and I decided to do it together, and because I wanted a place where people could come and be whoever the hell they are without worrying about being judged or criticized because maybe they're different like myself or they're just different people. I don't want sheep on my show. I want leaders and I want individuals and I want free thinkers. Because entrepreneurs are the ones that are going to create revolution, and we need revolution more than anything else. We need revolution because
I agree.
the world is not running the way that is optimal for anyone really, except global elitists. And I'm not going to get into that because but
If you're on the call, you should already know that. You don't have to
yeah, exactly.
Prerequisite.
Kareem, you just went mute like 2 seconds after you started talking.
I just said prerequisite knowledge.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you talk some more? You've been quiet.
I was actually just listening because I didn't want to that chance to jump in so I don't talk over somebody.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say your experience, Jesse, really impresses me because I think entrepreneurs, it's something in your blood or something that you have from birth where you're just interested in taking a different path than somebody else. Like when I was little, I didn't necessarily become an entrepreneur, but I always wanted to play with computers. So I wouldn't do my homework and I wouldn't actually go to class sometimes just so I could mess around with computers. Just learn everything I could about them. Well, now I'm doing websites and I have a job doing that, and I'm trying to develop applications. And much like you, how you were brokering lollipops in 8th grade and now you're doing stuff with credit, I think it comes from an inherent love of something, and then if you just keep doing that and take our subject and be committed to your word, you can change a lot in the world in a very short period of time.
I agree, and I always felt like I never fit in, and I never did well with authority. So for me, I just wanted to be different than everyone else, and I was never really the cool kid, but I was never really the outcast, unless it came to authority. I never did well with authority or having people tell me what to do. So
Join the club.
yeah, I can tell. I see the Slipknot posters.
I've got
Slipknot
yeah, that's Slipknot. That's like one of my favorite bands for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Tech Nine fan.
I don't know who that's a rapper, isn't it?
Yes, but he's
Yeah.
not a rapper like you would think. You actually might like him.
I highly doubt it, but
I
anyway.
actually think you might consider. He's a juggalo.
Oh, so he likes Insane Clown Posse, does he? Okay.
No,
Well.
he doesn't. He just works with them sometimes.
Oh, okay. Works with them. Yeah, I don't mind some of their stuff. I don't have any of their music though, myself.
Well, the thing of it is, for me, is like I'm discovering that the vibration that you exude is what you attract. Like he was saying, the law of attraction. So, like, yeah, I was in the medical field, and I know what they're doing, and you've heard me spiel about them.
Oh, I love
but I
it.
know that there's not much to be able to do about it.
No.
I was in it, and there wasn't much to do about it. So, like, our focal point, our attraction point, is what we're going to focus on. So, like me, I focused on having a piece of property in Hawaii, getting a wife, having some surfboards, getting close to a surf break, having a place
Yeah.
with having stuff, not being in debt, so I could
There
just
you go.
do what the hell I wanted to do and discover myself.
Yeah, man.
So
I know,
that's my
bro.
focal point. Now that I'm
Mhm.
getting close to 60, I'm having a little different, like vacillation and having a different focal point, and that will be my point of attraction. If
Yeah.
my point of attraction is, I want to change the world, which is fine, then that's what it'll be. But for me, I'm on a thing of self-discovery. I just want to discover
Yes.
myself, get happier, stay happy, and stay in the zone, man.
Yeah, man.
That's just me.
That's what. Well,
My
yeah.
son, he's like
He's
he
what?
was 16 or 17. He was like, Dad, I'm a man now. I'm leaving. Remember?
Yeah.
He remembers. And I'm like, what can I? If you say you're a man and I can do it, basically he's telling me, screw you. I can do it. I don't need your help. Well, I knew that, And he left. He was living with me, and he was just like the hell with it. He's going to Seattle. He didn't like living in Florida, which you couldn't blame him. I mean, gosh, the place was like a jail,
Mhm.
And he went back to Seattle, where where he knew that if he planted himself, that that he would thrive.
You grow and thrive.
Yeah, because he knew that his vibration was set to that. He grew up there. He knew the gig, and he does good there.
That's cool.
So,
That's
but
cool.
he did it, sort of like not like a, oh well, Dad, I'm going to start a business now and all that. He had to go out there and get the shit beat out of him. And he had to straighten out his own life.
Yeah.
Like when you're young, you might do some things that go on record that you don't freaking need. He had to get rid of all that shit,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
and go through all.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna let the dogs go to the bathroom. I will be back in about 3 minutes.
sure.
Cool.
Okay,
I think entrepreneurs should get in trouble, actually. Not that you should not keep your word, but I think it's okay to actually get in trouble because you're kind of exploring avenues people haven't explored before. And when you do that, you actually open up new doors for other people to try and explore themselves. So by actually going out and breaking the rules, you're doing more for humanity than just quote unquote following orders, which I don't know why that's considered a virtue, because when you actually go out there and break the mold and do something different that everybody else is doing, you start to change the way of life. I mean, you can think of civil rights, you can think of inventions people have created, any number of examples.
Mhm.
But in addition to keeping your word, also I would say break the rules. Don't hurt anybody. I'm not advocating going out and hurting anybody, but go out and definitely break the rules.
Mhm. Oh yeah. That's the way to do it, man. Because authority doesn't change anything; it just keeps people under control. And boy, I'm the last person that will accept being controlled by anyone or anything. So, um, that's just the way I feel, and I don't put up with anyone's shit, and I don't let anybody tell me how something is gonna be or not gonna be. And I've had a lot of people in my life that have tried to say to me, well, Chris, that entrepreneurial stuff, that's going to take you a long time, or this going to take, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm in it for the long haul. And once I'm the one that's got $1 million in the bank and I can go all over the world and I can have, and as many women as I want if I want, and I can have like, a cool lifestyle where I just have the freedom to do anything, they're going to be really pissed off. And I'm just gonna go, yeah, I told you, and it's gonna be very vindicating to shut up the naysayers and the people that think I'm gonna fail. It's gonna be very liberating to just be like, well, see this middle finger, you asked for it, So I'm really looking forward to that day, Rick. I'll tell you that.
Damn it. Oh.
What happened to Cheryl?
Oh boy.
Oh.
She tripped.
Oh no. She
Oh,
okay?
okay.
They're muted. Everyone's muted. Carl, are you there?
Hello, people.
I've tried to be.
There we go.
Oh,
I went back and tested in Skype, and Skype said I had audio all along. So I don't know what you
Well,
guys' issue
what
is.
was it?
It's
I
not.
don't know.
Google can be screwy like that. If you've got two applications running that you are using your microphone, then Google can be screwy that way. It's stupid.
I wasn't, though. But that's beside the point. Anyways, I take, as far as people's I take them as their word, because if they don't have a good word, and they've proved it to me over and over and over, they've came by, they've done whatever, said they was going to do a job, never did a job, I just say, I don't need you in my life anymore.
Yep.
Because as far as I'm concerned, anybody that don't have a good enough characteristic of that is nothing to me. They need to work on their personal development. I mean, that's what I say.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
it's not that I'm being ignorant.
No, you're not.
It's the characteristics that if someone comes to me and they want me to loan them $50, and then they don't come by later on and pay that $50 as they said that they would, then I will never trust them again. It's one of those characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those characteristics, because if they screw me once and they do the second time, it's my fault. Because I was stupid enough the first time.
That's there. No, don't, Carl. Don't say you're that, because all that means is that you're a good guy. And,
no, but I'm just saying, not trying to say that in a bad way, but there's an old saying that goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But
Carl, you're a smart enough guy. You're not going to let that happen. Come on. You're smart.
Oh, believe me, I've had that done so much to me, Chris. You wouldn't even imagine it. I'm such a softie, and Francis knows that. I don't have to tell anymore. But my thing is, it's all in my personal development when I don't have a good characteristics. Mm-hmm. And if someone says, well, I take you on your word that you're going to be at a certain place, well, my word is golden. Yes. If your word isn't golden, you got an issue. You need to work on your personal development, not me.
That's right. You got it, man.
And word is everything. If someone's going to say, well, I'm going to do a work on someone's car, and then they're dependent on them to get somewhere, and they want it done right then, it's like, you didn't do your job. Yeah. Just like a friend of mine, I loaned a car to him. He loses the key. We went through a great big rigmarole. He has one to the dealers. He brings it back to the switch. Still wouldn't work. Opened the doors, but wouldn't turn the switch. Finds the original 3 days later after it set out in the cold. Didn't work on the car no more. Don't know what happened to it. But it's one of those things. I trusted someone to make sure my car is safe. And it's set out there on the side of a dirt road for as much as a week. Anybody could have stole it all to pieces.
Yeah, but they didn't.
I got on him over and over.
Yeah.
But they didn't. I'm just very thankful that they didn't. Mm-hmm. I'm very thankful that someone didn't catch it on fire, and then it would have been my fault because it's insured to me.
Yes.
So it's responsibility. I gave him, and I took him on his word. You protect what I just won't loan it to you again, period.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Cheryl.
It's time for us that we have to get on our other call. So it was nice talking to you guys, and good to see you, Jesse and Francis and everybody else.
I'll see you guys in February.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You all too, and have a happy holiday and Christmas and a safe New Year.
We'll see you guys soon. We'll see you tomorrow for Pay Me What I'm Worth. Anyway, we'll be there.
Thanks for
class.
Jesse.
Yeah, I'll stay on if anybody has any other questions for me. Love you guys.
Take care.
You. Bye-bye.
Later, Ran.
Hey, Bruce, welcome.
Yeah, Bruce is here. Cool, he was here last week for a bit.
Yes,
hi, Bruce.
I had given him the wrong URL this week until I got the right URL.
It's all right, Francis. We got it all taken care of. We're good. We're good. So, Bruce, welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. It's an honor to have you here. Tonight, we're talking about the virtue of commitment, the importance of honoring your word to preserve your integrity. So, what are some experiences you've had with people in terms of dealing with that?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one.
Okay. Well, do you feel you're an entrepreneur as well, right, Bruce?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do, Bruce?
Um, I've done everything.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
I've done a lot online. I've
Right.
tried web development. I've been in 5 or 6 multi-level marketing scams and
I like it.
numerous other junk that didn't work.
So what are you doing right now?
I'm semi-retired now. I've got 2 part-time jobs, and
Okay.
looking at going back into doing fix and flip on houses.
Well, that sounds like something that would be cool. Is there a lot of money in that?
If the economy works right.
I guess it's all dependent on that, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean you can't go into a flat economy and expect to make millions, but
No.
it does work. I've made good money at it. You know,
Good.
sometimes you break even and sometimes you go way up, but
Mhm.
I never lost money in real estate.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And
So-
you're doing MMM Global.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm doing that too, but that's just a small thing so far.
Well, it has the potential to get pretty big from what Francis has been telling me and Kareem. So I think that perhaps Francis may have stumbled upon something quite cool actually, and I'm gonna have a look at it sometime when I can afford to invest some cash into it. My friend and brother here, Kareem Mays, he's involved with it right now. So
Yeah.
but,
Well, one thing I was gonna say is cool is real estate. It's a tangible item, and as much as I want to do stuff online, I'm all for people also having a tangible business strategy, whatever that is, in case the internet doesn't work or you have trouble with the internet. You need some kind of actual physical backup thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Cover up on me.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Bruce.
I already own a business as well. Well, my wife and I do.
What's your business?
We put $500,000 into a daycare about 10, 12 years ago. So we own a group daycare and the building and everything with it. So
Wow, that's cool. How's that been turning some income for you? Has that been turning some profit?
It's never hardly ever runs in the red. It runs in the black, and neither one of us work there, so we don't take a wage out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool that you put in your selfless thing, gave people a chance to do something there.
Well, it's a cash venture as well. Like we take a lot out of it. It buys our gas and pays for most of our groceries, and my daughter works there as a manager, so it's been huge in the family. But
That's cool.
and plus it's almost paid for. So what we're not making in cash, we're making in equity. So yeah.
That's really cool. I'm glad to hear that. So, Bruce, would you say it's important to keep your word as a man of integrity, such as yourself, with a family and a wife, and you have different things you've invested in? Would you say that it's been important to have that integrity so people will keep working with you?
Oh, definitely. That's what got me out of the MLM idea.
Tell us about some of your experiences there.
Well, I keep trying different ones.
Okay.
And some of them have an excellent product, but as soon as they go into the multi-level marketing is where it falls apart. And it's not the multi-level that kills you, it's their 333 plan or whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. Those plans are designed to gain customers, not to pay out workers. They're not designed, and they have a 97% attrition rate. Like there's nobody going to make money in them except for the 3 or 4 people in 1,000 at the top that I've ever seen.
Yep.
Have you ever been in a town where you heard of MLM paying for a new arena or doing anything that they say they're capable of?
No, not particularly. Me and Kareem were involved in a company.
You won't either.
No. Me and Kareem were involved in a company together. I was actually his sponsor, and I'm his mentor. We were in mentoring for free together for a while, and we joined a health and wellness company, and the auto ship, we had to pay $80 a month just to qualify for commissions. Like, we had to buy $80 worth of product just to qualify to get paid. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. If I'm getting customers and I've got some distributors, why the hell do I need to buy product?
Well, you have to pay for your job. It's MLM.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but if you're making money with customers and you're making business volume, you shouldn't need to have personal BV, in my opinion.
No, I don't think so either.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My problem was with MLM and a lot of network marketing. People would just throw a link out there, or they'd just constantly be trying to push something. I even had people talk to me, just message me like, just, hey, join up. Do you want to make money? I didn't really know half of these people. I didn't even know what they were involved in. I knew nothing about them. So the way I would do MLM, if I ever did it again, is to actually brand myself like we're doing now with a blog, or talk about what I'm interested in, get people interested in me. And that's really what builds network marketing. I don't think it's necessarily even an awesome product that helps. But I think people join because they like you. And if you can brand yourself effectively, you can have the audience that you want.
Yeah. Well, I read that book by Michael Deloe. What was it?
Success in 10 Steps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that. I read his book and some of them. But I also spent 3 months studying multi-level marketing, finding out why they don't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't try it again. A few of them, I like the products, and if they changed it to a different format, I would go back and buy in, and I would market it. But for me, I can do better money at direct marketing. Like, I found a Canadian product I sell now, and I make from 1% to 400% profit.
Nice.
I just sell from tables at craft fairs and markets and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
and I work 20. Oh, sorry. That works excellent because I worked 23 years in a sawmill with 200 guys. Now I go and I do these shows, and I work with their wives. So it's a much better group of people.
Yeah, well, it would be, right? Because you're belly to belly with people, right? So it's a lot easier to build rapport. It's a lot easier to have that engagement and create that engagement when you can be standing right next to somebody as opposed to talking to them through Facebook or something, right? So I think that has a big part of your success. I would say would be because you can get belly to belly with people, and they can feel your energy, they can feel your sincerity, and they can tell that you're a man of your word. Would you agree, Bruce?
Oh yeah, you have to be honest with people. You can't go up when you're talking one-on-one. They're going to know.
Oh yeah.
If you don't believe in your product, they're going to know. Like, I've been told twice to raise the prices, but the guys who are selling the product to me, they don't raise their prices. So I sell my product, I make 200 or 300% profit or more. I'm happy. Like,
yeah,
hey,
I don't
need $1 million.
No, I mean, and that's a good virtue to have, Bruce, and I'm very proud of you for that, because you're obviously in it not just for money, but to give the product to people that you think it's going to help, right? So
yeah, I'm in a town of 5,000 people, so I'm not going to make $1 million at this business anyway, unless I take it out of town or something. And I do a little bit just for the fun of it. But
cool.
Once it's golfing season, I have my priorities set better than that.
Yeah, I like golf too. I haven't been out in a while, but I do enjoy golf. It's a cool sport. I really like it. So what's the product you're selling, Bruce? What is it? Products or
it's
product?
Called the KD cloth.
What is that?
There's 2 or 3 products. It's just a cleaning cloth. It's 16 inches square. It's like a microfiber.
Okay.
And if I wanted to, I could get them. If I buy in bulk, I can get them for about $1 a piece, and I can sell them for $5 or 5 for 20, and still make a good profit.
That is good.
And they're easy to sell. Like, I've sold 500 or 600 around the valley here, and I haven't had anybody come back with any complaints. So
that's pretty
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, go ahead, Cream.
And I think part of that too is the product does what it says, which I've had some experiences, and I'm not going to mention any. But I've had some products that maybe made some outlandish claims, and they were in some LM and some not. But the product also has to have the integrity, it also has to keep its word, quote unquote. If you're giving a product out that doesn't really meet the standards of what it says it does, then unfortunately that's going to hurt you as well.
Oh, for sure. You're not gonna. It's gonna show up, right? It's hard enough to sell one-on-one and learn the psychology of sales to talk to people like that without having to BS them. I just couldn't do it.
No, and that's a good virtue to have because business doesn't run on bullshit. You know, you got to be real with people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what makes that business easy. And if I was in a big center, like if I was down, where there's huge population, but here I'm in northern Canada, within 400 miles, I don't think there's more than maybe 80 or 100,000 people.
Yeah. I'm in Canada too. Whereabouts are you, Bruce? I'm in Manitoba.
Smithers, BC.
Oh, you're out in BC. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Manitoba, so it's getting pretty chilly here around this time of year.
It's warming up here. Getting snow.
Yeah, but you guys don't keep snow for very long. It melts pretty quick out there, doesn't it?
I'm quite a ways north.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess you would get more of a.
I'm only 200 miles south of Hyder, Alaska.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Some beautiful scenery around there, I'd imagine, eh?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And great fishing. Like I've snagged a few 40, 50-pound salmon, and yeah.
Wow. Do you ice fish?
I haven't. No, I'm getting past that age. I haven't done any fishing or hunting lately.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
I used to do lots, but.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd like to go ice fishing just because it's so relaxing. You just get your hut out there, grab a 12-pack of beer, and just drill your hole in the ice, and just chill out, drink beer, and fish. It'd be just so. I'd love to do that as much as possible. I got to find some people who'd like to go do that and get an ice shack or something, because I'd really.
You got to use tequila though.
Yeah, tequila.
It works better to keep you warm. You just have to have somebody dumb enough to drive you home, right?
You have to have somebody also who can hold their nose while you drink it.
I actually like bourbon and scotch and stuff like that, Bruce, so I'd be warm.
Oh yeah, you'd be all right.
Yeah.
Tequila's good because you don't smell it or taste it when it's 20 below out.
No, you wouldn't, right?
You get that warming effect, right?
Yeah.
Well, when you go ice fishing, you dig your hole in the ice, and you take peas, and you put it around the hole that you dug, and then you drop your hook in the ice.
Oh, cool.
And then when the fish won't bite the hook, they come up to get the pea, and you kick them in the ice.
There you go. Cool.
Sounds like fun.
Ice fishing would be fun, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Francis,
if they come up to get the pea, you can kick them in the ice.
We can't see you anymore, Francis, for some reason.
Because I was feeding my face.
Oh, okay, no problem. Never mind. I thought maybe you had a camera issue or something. Alrighty.
So what businesses are you guys in?
Well, basically what we're doing is content marketing now, like the Entrepreneur Power Hour video broadcast on YouTube. We're YouTube partners, and we also have Entrepreneur Power Hour radio podcast that we're doing now. So once that gets big, we're going to be making some money with that, and we're also going to be certified life coaches through Pay Me What I'm Worth. So that's all going to be really exciting.
So what's content marketing?
Content marketing is basically where you market personal development, like what we're doing. You provide quality content, unique content that people can relate to emotionally and mentally, and they just become part of what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's got to be a money angle in there somewhere.
Well, we're going to get paid through YouTube once we have enough subscriptions and views, and then when we're certified life coaches, people are going to pay us to take our class with Pay Me What I'm Worth, because we're going to be teachers. Yeah.
And there's other stuff too.
Yeah, there's other stuff we're going to be doing too with our Entrepreneur Power Hour website and things like that. So we're going to be published authors as well. Me and Kareem are writing some books together too. So
Okay.
Lots going on. Yeah.
Because I've done a lot of courses in marketing, and I've read a few books in it. I don't know about. I've got a YouTube channel myself,
Oh
and I
yeah.
put a bunch of how-to videos on there, but I haven't really pushed anything to get it growing. And,
Well, the thing about a YouTube channel is it should be about you. That's what people are attracted to watching on YouTube is other people, not really so much videos about, that are up from other people. Do you understand what I mean?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, mine were more just a how-to video, right?
Mhm.
Like I wasn't doing it to make money. I was doing it when I was building websites, or I bought a template and showing people how that functions and stuff like that. I never did it as the way you're doing it.
Well, with YouTube, you have to be very consistent, and you have to work at it for a number of years before you start making real money with it. For sure.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But any venture, it's worth doing, is worth putting the time into.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Because the idea for our show came from we wanted to provide a place where people could come and have fun and be safe and be free from judgment or ridicule, or where they could come and just be themselves and just be part of a fun mastermind where we just brainstorm ideas and talk about different topics to do with personal development and things like that.
Yeah. There's some pretty scary ones out there. That Empower Network, that was a big deal for a while, but I heard it's diving off too.
Well, there's a lot of controversy, negative controversy with that program, for a number of reasons.
Yeah, I don't know how bad or good that one was really. Like I actually was a member for a while, and then I quit using it, and I never did get to where I was just about finished with affiliate marketing by then.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't really need that kind of support.
Right.
Because affiliate marketing is another big scam for the most part. There's ways you can make money on it. Like if you guys get going good, it would be worth it to put ads or have a connection up there for Amazon or something, so that you only make so much per sale, but you still would make a better profit if you can get a bit of advertising on your.
Yeah, I know. We're doing it all ourselves.
Yeah.
We do have our own website and everything. We've got a lot of marketing strategies in mind for this that we're working on together.
Yeah.
I don't want
to be made at it. I think, I'm sure. If you can get the right videos out there and get enough interest going, and get a few success stories on it, and it'll sell itself after that.
Well, that's what we're doing with YouTube. Once the show gets big enough and people are interested in what we talk about, we won't even have to worry about that.
Are you still?
Go ahead.
Are you still recruiting people for this?
What do you mean by recruiting people?
Looking for people to join you guys in this group you're in right now, like.
Well, this is an open discussion forum.
Yeah.
Kareem, do you want to explain this a bit more?
Yeah, it's not like necessarily like recruiting, like I put this dude under this dude and this dude under this dude. What I do basically is just I meet different entrepreneurs or people who have a collective mindset like we have of wanting to better their lives, engage in mastermind. And I just say, do you want to hang out with some cool people? And they either say yes or they say no. Generally, a lot of them are interested to at least see what's going on. And if they can't, sometimes I interview them on the radio about what they do.
Yeah,
and
we both do that too.
A lot of people who have come on here really have had fun with it, and they tell me that they enjoy it. So it's something I really want to keep doing, and something I really want to get others involved in, but it's not a multi-level marketing company. You know what I mean?
We're not a company.
It's not like I'm going to tell you, Bruce, you got to come on the Power Hour and you got to have an auto ship. You got to buy 10 pieces of cheese each month for $60. I mean, it's still using the effect of network marketing to tell other people, but it's not an MLM. I don't really consider it recruiting people. I consider it a lot better to influence other people and engage them in something that they enjoy doing. And then if you have a business or whatever else you do, they'll be interested in you, as opposed to saying what a lot of these people are doing. And I think it's the wrong way of just join my business, you know, jump recruit. And I've had a lot of people in different companies just send me links that I don't even know them. They're just like, go ahead and join, which maybe that works 1 in 1,000, but it's not the way we operate. No, I wouldn't consider it recruiting. It's like, you know, Francis. Okay, we knew Carl. Carl knew Francis. I invited her on the show one day. Just said, come check it out. She really enjoyed it, inspired her to make a video. She told you about it, and then maybe you tell your friend, and then your friend tells your friend. So it still has that aspect, but it's not necessarily like I recruited you in the downline.
No,
it's
yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Like yeah, it's all word of mouth.
Yeah, that's good, because I wasn't. No, that's what I thought you were, and it was just a hangout, not a recruiting site.
No.
More of a mastermind
Yeah,
group.
I invited you because you have a lot of insight, and I thought your contribution to the group would go a long way as far as an entrepreneur, and I thought the content you could bring to the show would embellish the show.
Yep. That's all we do, man. We're not even coming up with products. We're just coming up with training videos and modules for people to use. You know, once we get our website up, we are going to have a lot of quality content on our website. We're going to have a paid membership site for $27 a month where people can come and get exclusive coaching that we're going to offer people and things like that for life and business and for anything, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, the way I see it is, if you have something of your own, I'm going to really emphasize of your own, underline it, that you're doing and that people can benefit from and really enjoy, and it's a unique idea, like you're not having a ton of competition. That's really why I would be hesitant to do stuff with health products. But if you have a unique idea, not a ton of competition, you can help people with it, which this is what this is, then you can really change and make a dynamic, and then people get really, really interested in what you're doing, and you just keep creating more value content, and then they learn from you, you teach other people, and suddenly the world is a lot better place.
Yep. So that's what content marketing is, Bruce.
Yeah. Okay. I was just thinking, because I joined, I did a course in LinkedIn, how to build your profile and get known on there. And I've never really used it, but I've got a superstar rating on LinkedIn as a membership or whatever. But I often thought, if you had 5 or 6 or 2 or 3 people like you guys, and you went into any forum that's relevant to your topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 of us did. And you can do this on any place, right? And you just start chatting back and forth, because most of those sites are dead, right?
Yeah.
LinkedIn has 6 million members. It's like, who's got the biggest gun thing, right? Everybody's got to have the biggest profile and the biggest line of degrees in front of their name. So when I started, I worked 23 years in a sawmill, so I wrote down that I was a lumber grader at West Fraser Sawmills. I thought that was so funny.
Wow.
Because it's like a $10 degree, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like LinkedIn, but I feel LinkedIn's more for the business, 9 to 5, get your career going. That's just me, because a lot of it you put your past work history, like you can put your entrepreneurial stuff too. I have the Power Hour on here. But I feel there needs to be a platform for entrepreneurs, people who say, okay, yeah, I might have the 9 to 5, and LinkedIn's good, except for it's kind of hard to send messages to people if you don't know them. You have to send that in mail, so that gets a little bit difficult. But other than that, to me, it's a business platform for the office worker, or for the blue collar worker. It's hard to. There are some entrepreneurs on there, but it's a little bit difficult to connect with them, I've found.
Yeah, it is. It's not
It
very
is,
easy.
but that's what I mean. If you went into one of the groups on there, it wouldn't be. If two or three of you went in there and you start talking back and forth, it creates a buzz, and it works like Google does, right? Wherever you get a buzz, you get interest, and interest will get volume, and then you'll get a bunch more people joining in, and pretty soon you're making friends and you're meeting people. As long as you're not selling something initially.
No,
right?
we're not selling anything.
No, that's right, exactly.
Yeah.
But see, that's where those groups, like LinkedIn's all about groups, and they have groups on there, thousands of them about everything, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So you
sir.
just join into a couple of those groups that have a lot of entrepreneurs on them, and you just start chatting with your friend back and forth.
Yep.
And you do that for 10 minutes a day or something, or once or twice a day for a week, and see how much interest you can build. And I bet it's huge, because and LinkedIn's going to notice you really quick, because most people that go to LinkedIn, it's about finding a job, or they're marketing to you, they're trying to sell stuff to you, like your partner said there, that people trying to market to you without even knowing you. They're just, oh, here, buy this, buy that. Well,
and that's why the Entrepreneur Power Hour was born, because me and Kareem, we didn't want to build someone else's business. We want to build our own brand, our own thing. And that's where the idea for this show came from. I was like, well, is there a YouTube show out there right now where entrepreneurs get together and mastermind? And I looked for channels for 6 months, and there's no one out there doing what we're doing.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you went on to a group on LinkedIn or any forum, like there's millions of forums out there for anything you can think of, right? You just Google search it. But that's what most of those people are looking at. They've just started into their new health MLM, and they're scared that they're going to get taken, or they sort of worried about it. They should have never got in it. And if they could get together with some entrepreneurs like you guys, other people, they would gladly join up. They'd gladly come to your hangouts in droves.
Awesome.
I bet you couldn't keep up to the volume you generate if you did that a few times.
Yes. I think you're a genius, and that is exactly, I concur with everything you said, and that would be a real launching pad to the Power Hour.
Well, Bruce, if you're over on LinkedIn, then get some people that you think would be interested in this. Get them to. Have you subscribed to our channel, Bruce?
I think I did last time. I'm not even positive if I did. Maybe I'm not a member yet.
No, you just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yeah. We also have a Facebook page and a Google page and a Google community as well. So we'll give you some links. We'll give Frances the links, and she can give them to you, or we can get connected with you. It's whatever you want to do.
Yeah, for sure. Then I'm semi-retired. I only have these 2 little jobs I do. It's an hour here and there every week.
Cool.
I don't like work anymore, so.
No, well, no. Who does?
Overrated.
Yeah. Exactly.
How many groups are you in on LinkedIn, Bruce?
Huh? How many? I'm not in. I think I'm in. I thought I was in 18 or 19, but I might have got kicked out of a few. I don't know. You can get in as many as you want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably in 20, 25 of them.
Yeah, I don't really know, because I
will go in and I'll comment on something somebody's done.
Yeah.
And I have referred people to the Power Hour through a comment on somebody else's post.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
But
the other thing,
use your strategy with the one-on-one interaction within the group, I think would get a lot more notoriety.
Yeah, because people feel like you're inviting.
Data buzz.
People feel like you're what, Kareem, did you say?
People feel like you're inviting them. You're not necessarily advertising. I mean, advertising's okay, where you say, join my thing, and if they're down, they come in. But I think the problem that happens is people who are interested were going to most likely show up anyway. Whereas if you go and say, hey, personally, I'd like you to get on this hangout and be with us and discuss these issues. Then all of a sudden they feel like, oh, Kareem invited me. I really want to see what's up. I really want to get on here and do what he's doing and be part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And they're looking for mastermind groups, and that's what they're looking for on LinkedIn, but they're not there.
New mastermind group like this, they are looking for.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I would bet money on it that you could, you go in there, 3 or 4 of us went in there to any one of those groups, sign in for 10 minutes at a certain time every day, or just drop links back and forth, because LinkedIn's going to let you know, right, if somebody's talking back and forth. So you get on there and you would soon dominate the group because you're on there for 5 days of the week. And all you'd have to say is, well, our last mastermind group, we all learned about doing this to increase our business level. And we all got free information from a couple professionals on building a business. And people are that's going to give them interest. Anything they can get for free or get to contribute, people love that part of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So once you start talking to people, then you're out there, like, what's LinkedIn got? It's almost like Facebook, 22 million people or something. Just go on LinkedIn and research your name.
Yeah.
I when I first built my profile, I had 5 visits the first day, and 3 of them had the exact same name as me, so they're looking at my profile to see who the hell I was.
Yeah, my profile is ranking up somewhere around 18 every day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know. I don't go on there very much. Like they send me too many emails. After a while, I get tired of it. But if I'm building a business or doing something or want to do something, I've taken courses in how to monetize or how to build a business and everything. But I don't want to work.
Yeah, none of us do, man. Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yes. I've got where I am now, so I don't have to, right? Like when I got out of the sawmill, I covered my income before I left. And between that and the business and the other little jobs I do, that's enough for right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I'd still like to make a few million here and there, but I'd rather do it like flipping houses where it's 100,000 here and 40,000 there and 20,000 here. Those are good chunks of cash that you can.
They are. You got a good point there, man. Yep.
So you need something everywhere, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Once we become published authors, that's really going to help our channel as well. And now that we've expanded to Blog Talk Radio, and we interview different entrepreneurs from all over the world on our radio show. I mean, that's another way we're creating content for ourselves, is on the radio as well. So Blog Talk Radio.
Me last week.
Yeah, we interviewed Francis last week. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Francis?
It was.
Cool.
It was. I enjoyed it.
So do you have you sell your books on Amazon?
We haven't actually released any yet. We haven't released any yet, but we will be. Okay. We're actually getting we have to figure out which publisher we're going with. We're thinking of a Lulu.com, because they have a pretty good package, and we pay $3,000 once, and they publish us in over 250 countries. Wow. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
But I know I got a friend who's a writer. Like when I was building websites, we got to be friends because we were in one forum together, and she was a writer. She used to write content for me. I used to buy pages for. She'd do a page for my website, or she'd go on and proofread my pages because I was spelling at a grade 5 level or something or less when I started. So I think my spell checker used to sit in the corner and smoke, or once in a while I'd throw a handful of letters out and say, "Is this what you're looking for?" And I'd just say, "Well, maybe not." But she got into writing, and she wrote a few books, stories, and she did pretty good with it. Just on Amazon. So I don't know how that format works, but it'd be worth checking into as well.
Yeah.
I think with your radio station, I'm surprised you don't have 50 more people on this hangout.
Well, we just started with that.
But it's just a couple weeks old. So.
Yeah, we just started it like in December, or just at the end of November. So
yeah, like the Power Hour is not even a year old.
yeah,
this is all
our
real.
video show's not even a year old yet either. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're just budding. We're just budding here. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of cool people on here, and we've had so many people tell us that what we're doing is very unique, and they appreciate what we do, and it's a very unique platform. You know, this isn't, and we don't really talk about business. We talk about life and life experience, and you know, the virtue of, like, we have so many different topics we've discussed. And we've got over 118 videos. Now, not all of them are 1 hour long broadcasts. Some of them are videos done by myself. Some of them are videos that are done by Kareem, and we just say what's on our mind, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It really has.
Well, there's a lot to work with when you're doing business. Like, I found especially sales and marketing, and that's the thing with me is I hate sales. You know, I don't mind. I like doing it when I sit there, like at those craft markets and stuff where you're out there doing it socially. But actually, to sell something, to put up a car for sale and deal with people who want to pay me like nothing for what it's worth, it just drives me nuts.
Yep.
And
me too.
but to go and sell a good product to people who need it, I don't have any problem with it.
That's right. That's right. And that's part of why this show was born, because we knew that nobody had a platform like this, a mastermind like this, where they could come and just talk about anything they want, as long as it's not political or religious, because people are too sensitive for that stuff. So
if we could just get one URL that everybody goes to every week, that doesn't change.
Francis, we can't, because Google has so many different hangouts going on at any different time. It's never going to be the same link.
Yeah, it will change because the show changes. Otherwise, you would keep going back to the same hangout, unfortunately. What I can do is give you the link a week in advance.
A week in advance would do a lot as far as publishing and getting people here on time.
Yeah, well, we do that. That's why we ask people to subscribe to our newsletter, Francis. So they know when the show is going to be and what time it's going to be at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. If you're on one of those groups, you could just say, well, what time is that show going to be, or what time is that group going to meet? And then, just leave it open, leave the link on there and see who shows up. It would be funny just to see.
Yeah, it would be.
Some of the groups get fairly active, and if you get people talking back and forth, you can build on that.
Yeah, I don't really use LinkedIn anymore, so.
No, but I mean, you can do that on any forum, right?
Yeah.
I just keep going back to that because that's the one I know they have lots of contacts on. But I mean,
you're on Facebook groups, any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with Facebook is it's hard to connect on there as well. Same thing.
Links up.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to put links up, but the way to get around that is to write it on a notepad, copy the image of your notepad, capture the image, and then post it as a picture on your update, and the algorithms of Facebook can read links in text, but they cannot read a picture.
But they don't ban you or stop you from doing links on Facebook. It's just links to spammy looking marketing sites like MMM, and it would be the same if you had 50,000 people from any multi-level marketing thing trying to use Facebook for one project. They'll ban you and stuff, but I can put a link to my website on there any day, or to any hangout.
Yeah, I can too.
Yeah, so I don't think, like, they're not worried about that. But yeah.
Well, folks, I think we lost Kareem.
Hey, Francis.
Okay, yeah, you're here. Yeah, you're here. I think we lost Chris.
Yeah, I think we did too. But I think we've had some really good insights here, some really good discussions. I personally am going to hit up LinkedIn, and I'm going to start really, really pushing the entrepreneurs on there to say there's a place for you, and there's a place for you in the world, and there's a place for you on the internet. And I just want to thank Francis, Bruce, Chris, Rick and Cheryl, Rick's son Jesse, and the rest of the people who were watching, and say that we will see you next week. Have a Merry Christmas and a safe New Year if I don't see you.
In a few minutes. Okay. Bye. I tell you, if they don't get me on Skype, they call me at home.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Just go to the entrepreneurpowerhour.com. You can enter your name and your email and subscribe to our newsletter and see what the topic for next week will be about. Merry Christmas, guys. I hope Santa Claus brings you everything you want, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.